Here we go again, folks. Another show, another day. We got rid of the freeze here in Austin, Texas, and it's sunny today. And speaking of sunny, man, my next guest is like a sunshine to a lot of people. An entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur, is involved in CEO of several businesses, for the 3-in-1 Productions to OpticTour agencies, just to name a few. Man, I can't say too much for this guy, man. When I first met him, he almost kind of took on the role as a mentor. Just that's how much wisdom he has. But without further ado, I want everyone to welcome to the show Ramin Jahedi.
Yeah, you got it, Jahedi.
Hey, Ramin, again, man, thank you for showing up for the show today.
Thank you so much for having me, man. This is a pleasure to be here and, just do something good together.
Yeah, finally, man, we finally
we finally said we're going to do it, and we're doing it.
Made it happen. So, what I like to do on my show is, obviously, I want you to be an inspiration to the next entrepreneur, group of entrepreneurs that is coming up, or even a person that is maybe midlife and still trying and still has that goal of being his own boss. So here at Boss Up with Mr. Key, I want to start and give you the floor and take us back. Let's go as far back as high school.
Yeah.
Where were you? Where'd you go?
I'm Persian. I was born in Iran.
Okay.
And, and I went to high school over there, and I came to the United States in 1993. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I came here. I never forget that I was in Germany after the war, like in Iran and Iraq. I served in the army, and then I moved to Germany. Mm-hmm. My sister was there, and my dad at that time was there too. And I told my dad I want to go to the United States, and he said, "What?
Wow!
You just got out of the army, and you came here, and you want to build a future here. Your sister is here." I said, "No, I want to go to the United States." Anyway, make the story short, I had $475
to your name, huh?
Yeah, on my name, and as a blue gym bag that I still have it in my garage.
Wow.
And then I said, I want to go. And, and I came, directly came here to Austin, Texas. But that time was, a little bit different, as an immigrant entrepreneur, it's a little bit more different than now, but I came here, I couldn't even speak English. I started working in a local pizza place, and I was a dishwasher. It was so fun. And I never forget, we had a driver named Kevin, and Kevin walked in and he said, "What's up?" And I look at the ceiling. I said, "What is going on?" I said, "What is up there?" And they start laughing, and I didn't know. And I said, "Why the heck these guys, every time they come here, they're laughing? They're laughing at me? What did I do?" I did not understand that the slang and the meaning of the slang. And then, they did a couple of times and say, "I want to get you." The next time that he walked in, he was so busy, he was going to grab a pizza box and deliver that. And I said, "Kevin, what's up?" And he said, "Hey, man, nothing going on. I'm busy. Don't talk to me." I said, "Okay." And I had a little notebook. I was writing things down. I said, "What is up equals nothing going on." And that's how I learned English. And the next time when he walked in, he said, "Hey, what's up?" I said, "Nothing going on. I'm busy." And then he told another driver, "Hey, I think he figured it out."
So we can't play with him on that one anymore.
That's how I learned English. And I was working there for a couple of years, and I was a pizza boy, and then eventually, I was a manager for there, and I moved to another restaurant, Italian restaurant in Shoal Creek, and I walked in and I said, "Are you hiring?" And they said, "Yeah, we have a dishwasher position." I said, "Here I go, man, again?"
You said, More dishes?
And then I went there and I started dishwasher. Make the story short, I went up the rank, and after 4 years, I owned my own Italian restaurant in Austin, Texas.
After 4 years, like a college education, basically.
Yeah, and I learned everything, because the only thing that I just want to say here, the only thing that you can, grow and get to where you want to be in any field, you got to know it.
You gotta know
everything. You gotta master it. If you're a real estate, you want to be a broker, you gotta be a real estate agent first.
Exactly.
And then you are a rookie and you learn and then go. The same thing with us. If my dream was, to have my own restaurant. Then I said, the only way I want to do that, I got to learn everything.
You got to start from sweeping the floor
exactly.
to washing
I was
dishes.
a prep guy, pizza guy, salad boy, in the line, bus boy, waiter staff, bartender, bar back. I did everything. And then when I opened my restaurant in downtown Austin, it was an Italian restaurant named Piccolo Italian Restaurant. And the restaurant was voted the best Italian food in August 2000 by the people of Austin.
Where'd those recipes come from? You bought into a franchise?
No, it was a restaurant that, I was working for the restaurant called Mamma Mia's Italian Restaurant, and they opened the temporary one in the downtown, and I said, I want to buy it. And I bought that, changed the name, and then they want to open another one. But I knew the recipe, I knew the menu and everything else. But it was very successful, but there is no way you can really build something by just, I'm going to do it. Right. And not going to happen.
You got to have the knowledge, right? Or have some smart people around you that's willing to partner. And sometimes we don't have the luxury of that. Man, I'm thinking about your story, man. I'm glad the guy didn't come in and was listening to music and say, hey, get down. And you would you would have hit the floor. Whoa.
I know.
So, it sounds like you are a hard worker, and nowadays sometimes that's going to the wayside. Where'd you get that work ethic? Was it the military? Was it just the immigrant experience? Like what?
The way that I grew up was a little different. I learned it from the environment. We had a harsh environment. I'm a guy that I saw the 1979 revolution in Iran, and then I saw in 1980. 81 war started. I served in the military, and I had to stay in the line for the block of the cheese and 2 breads for an hour. And so we went through that difficult times. But my dad always told me that what you want to do, you got to earn it. And when I was like a 15 and it was a summer, I never forget. He said, let's go for the ride. And I said, my dad is going to take me for the ride. Yeah. And then we went to a local shop, and they were making the aluminum frames and doors and windows, and talked to the guy, went inside, and I said, I don't know what maybe he needs. And he came back, he said, here you go. I want to introduce you to Mr. XYZ. And I said, what? He said, this is where you're going to work. I said, what?
Oh, that was how he took you for the ride.
In summer, I had to work all the summer over there. And the whole summer, I had probably made $300. And he said, you got to learn how to make money, and then you appreciate what you have. But, it's just hard working it was part of my life. And as an immigrant, most of us, we come here, and this is a really amazing country. It's a land of opportunity.
True, it's truly a land of opportunity.
Anything you want to do, you can do it. Anybody you want to do, you can be. But
Did you dream about America before you came?
yeah. That was my dream. I want to go to United States. And I always watching these cowboy movie and Western movies. And I said, hey, I need one of those beautiful cowgirls.
I thought you were going to say, hey, I need a horse or one of those hats, the cowgirl.
And then, and now some of my friends, they call me Persian cowboy because I got the boots, I got the ranch, I got a cowboy hat. And it was fun. Yeah, that
made into reality, though.
Made into reality. But as you said, hard working is a prerequisite for everything. You got to have that. You work so hard to yourself too. You can't be where you at right now if you don't pay the price.
Without some grit, you gotta. They say no pain, no gain. I mean, I think there's some truth to that. You got to go through some sleepless nights. You got to go through some 15-hour days to get to the point where you can have a 2-hour day. Or decide, hey, today I'm not going to work at all. But before you do that, you definitely got to go through the ropes.
Absolutely.
So let's go back. So in the hospitality business, you pretty much learn the ropes, the inside of business. Me, I'm so keen about the financial side of business. Like many people have the expertise on, how to run a good restaurant, good recipes. But the financial side, when did you learn that?
The financial, that's very interesting. You asked, I hate accounting.
Ooh.
I hate numbers. I understand them. I can read the P&L. I can, understand it, chart of accounts. I can do all that. I can see it. I can feel it. I can learn it. But, I don't want to do it. And this is, I always tell anybody, if you don't know something, you don't want to do it, just find somebody that knows, can complement you. Like right now in my businesses, I have accountant, I got a CPAs that they're working, and we have a monthly meeting. They tell me what's going on. I have to do this, I have to do that, and I can focus on other stuff. But as a small business owner, you have to understand, some cost and labor costs, food, anything that you do, you got to know basic information. And there's out there YouTube University.
YouTube University. Yeah.
You can go learn it, but you have to know how to run your business, because I can tell you some people, they are very bright-minded people. They know how to do the business and the strategy and everything else, but when it comes to accounting or how to run their business, they are lacking of that, and therefore they will go down in COVID. A lot of people to survive, a lot of people they died.
They flamed. I went to a winery in California. I'm drawing a blank where it's all the vineyards out there. But anyway, it was like during the pandemic, and a few of them had closed. I'm like, wow, why'd they close their doors? The pandemic, but there was a lot of resources out there that people were getting for businesses during the pandemic. And I can almost tell who spent theirs to truly reinvest in the business, or who maybe spent theirs to go on vacation and do some personal stuff. Those businesses aren't around anymore. While the ones that are thriving are the ones that really doubled down and believed in their business. Rami, let's talk a little bit about obviously you went through this. I'm looking at your resume, Jack-In-The-Box, Blockbusters, like you really learned about operation, and so that helped you with your success. Let's talk about some failures, man.
Failures failures are so important. I'm a big believer of we all have to fail. I fail every day, man. I fail every day on something, but that doesn't count. I learn from it. And I grow through it. And we have the failure is so important for us to understand that failure is not about, you really failed. Is you try something, it didn't work. It didn't work. I saw a couple of businesses and I failed. I said, okay, I can be, this is a good opportunity, but I didn't know that I have to stay in my line. I have to really do what I love to do. Not just go doing the shiny object syndrome. A lot of people, they have that syndrome.
Like, that looks like that's the next thing, flavor of the month, right?
Exactly. Like, I remember a lot of people told me that you can be a great real estate agent but I didn't want to study, and I was thinking to do it, but I said, I can go and show houses. I can do that, but, and I didn't do it. I'm not saying that, but you gotta love what you do. That's the amazing.
You think that's really true? Do you think I used to tell people that too. Like, if you're passionate about fast food, then guess what? You might be able to get a chain of McDonald's if you put that passion there. But some people, I guess, what do you think? Do you think you can be successful if you're not passionate about something?
The passion is important. You got to be passionate for what you do. But the most importantly, you have to understand why you're doing it. And it all comes to who you are and who is Andre, who is Rami, who you are and what you want to do. That's more important than the things, the tasks, the job, the passion. Passion is good, but passion with no action. You can't do anything. I'm passionate about a lot of stuff. I'm an artist. I do calligraphy on canvas. I'm very passionate, but I'm not doing it. I just do it once in a while just for fun. But I know if I want to do it for business, I might make money. Somebody reached out to me from New York. He said, can you give us the right? We can put in the furniture. I said, okay. Well, I didn't reach back to the guy, and I think the deal is gone or dead or whatever. I wasn't really in there. I didn't take action, but passion is good, is one of the ingredients, but the action and drive is more important than that. I see so many people that are passionate, but they're not doing anything.
I know some people that are passionate about something, but once it becomes like, I used to be in music back in the day, and I was passionate about it. But once I saw how dirty the business side was, I kind of fell out of love with that part of it. So sometimes that can't happen. But when you get that happy marriage between what you're passionate about and you can make money, like, that's a win-win
I am a very people person, and I'm a people person. I love to be out there, network with people, talk with people. And a lot of my friends, they said, you should run for the city council, for public office. I said, that's the amazing thing. I can help a lot of people, but I don't do politics because they all lie.
The dirty game.
I can't do that,
No shaking hands, kissing babies. Huh?
Exactly. We can, my character, is not built for that kind of.
But you know yourself. That's the important thing.
But I know myself. A lot of people, they have problems because they don't know themselves. And I can tell you, they don't want to get to know themselves.
Yeah.
They're afraid.
Let me ask you that. Speaking about knowing yourself, I mean, some people, it takes time, man. May get to their 50s before. When do you feel like you were like, hey, this is who Rami is. I'm unapologetically who I am. I'm okay in my skin. 43. I'm glad you said that because it takes time for some people. It takes time.
And a lot of people, they think that, oh, I'm old. I'm, this. Actually, I started shining after 43. Before I was making money doing it. But now as I get older, I think that, okay, I still have another, like I'm 56, right? I said, if I give you another 30 years, it's a lot of time. But there's some people that think, oh, I'm old.
Yeah,
so how old are you? I said, 30. What you said? You are old? It's just in a mindset.
It is a mindset.
It really is a mindset. And as I said, is what you're going after.
Mm-hmm. And then the mindset is so important. Even if we go back to failure, some people are so afraid of failure, they won't try anything. And we've all probably been there. I don't know. You might have been a daredevil all your life, but can you recall the moment when you let fear just not control you anymore?
I remember, this is actually a great story for the people that understand, you gotta be you. You gotta be you. I remember, I do quite a lot of speaking, before, and now I started getting back to it. And I was going on the stage on University of Texas speaking for project managers.
Oh, really?
Project managers. It was like 600-700 people. And I had a friend, he said, this is one of your biggest gig that you're going to go speak. I think you should get a accent coach. I said, what?
Oh.
And I said, why? He said, oh, you speak 5 languages. The English is your 5th language. And you have accent. They might have a problem understanding you. And he said, let me call this lady in LA. And I called the lady in LA and I told her that I need an accent coach. And she asked me, why you need an accent coach? I'm going to get an American accent. And she said, why? I said, because I have this speaking engagement is coming up and I got to go on the stage. And my friend said, the people that I teach and coach, they want to be somebody else. I teach them to go to indifferent character. You have to be yourself. You are not going to act. You got to be who you are. They're going to remember you for who you are. That was the best thing, the best advice in my life. And I went out there and I did my best and everything went fine. And then I got an email from the lady from Seton Hospital and she said, hey, can you come and speak for our organization? I said, sure. I said, how did you know, how you know me?
Yeah.
She said, you were the guy with the accent in that UT speaking that I was one of the attendees. I said, really? And I said, oh yeah. And this is the thing. People, they are afraid of the judgment.
Yeah. It's
They're
funny
afraid
you
of
say
judgment.
that. Man, I went through some of the similar things. I had pretty, rough upbringing. And when I started my business, I thought about that too. And it was like, hey, you were in Texas, like you got kind of a draw, whatever. Like you should get an acting coach. And I spoke to the lady and she was like, why do you want to do it? And I'm like, I just want to make sure I pronounce all my words. Like sometimes I have a lazy tongue. And she was like, you don't need that. Like, and so it's crazy that I'm hearing this story that you thought about that too. So.
And this is correct. And, because one of the things that people, they don't understand, people, they're going to judge you no matter what.
Yeah.
You do good, they're going to judge you. You do bad, they're going to judge you. And then we don't do the things that we want to do because of the fear of the judgment. And then we're not doing it. And because we don't want to be vulnerable, because if you don't want to be vulnerable, you're not going to get anywhere. You have to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Your vulnerability is not the sign of weakness. A lot of people, they say, I'm not going to ask Andre.
Yeah.
If I ask Andre about this, he thinks that I'm weak or I'm stupid.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
be vulnerable. Hey, Andre, I don't know about this contract. You've been in the real estate. I just bought this land. What do you think about it? And can you please guide me a little bit? I don't understand that language.
Right.
I said, oh, okay. But if, this is the people they have to understand. You have to be vulnerable.
You have to be vulnerable. You can't suppress that. And men and women, but especially as a man, like it seemed as, I can't be vulnerable.
Especially in relationships.
Yeah, exactly. So, but when you're vulnerable, I think you make the best connections.
Absolutely.
Good, man. So let's go back a little bit. You came over here, you're a hardworking guy. You could have easily just stayed as operations manager, general manager. What was that key moment when you said, hey, you know what? I want to do this for myself.
It was a moment that, when I sold the restaurant, I was working for myself and I said what I'm going to do. And I was working as a consultant for Jack-In-The-Box, then Blockbuster and all that stuff. And I got a job offer in Kerry International. Is a huge limousine company that do transportation. And I was the chief operating officer there. I was working there. And one day I was sitting in my office. And first of all, I can't work in the closed spaces. Not I have a, just kind of thing, but I want to be with people. I'm a people person. The things is, some companies you go and work, you can't change the culture because it's a lot of politics, a lot of stuff, and you want to help. You're going to be who you are. For me, that was like a wake up call that it says, God didn't make you to be working for somebody else. I still get a lot of job offers, but I said, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do my own company, and I want to build a company for people, by people. And therefore, all my people that are working for me, they're all shareholder of the company. They own the business. We are in it together. We are partners. A family. We are partners. We have an amazing culture through COVID. We went through COVID together. None of us got paid for 3 months.
Wow.
We all came to work, but we really fight it as a team. But you can't find that somewhere else because I'm not saying all the companies, but most of the companies, they sacrifice their people for the numbers.
They do.
Andre, you didn't make the last quarter number, and I'm sorry, I'm going to let you go. But they're not going to come and say, Andre, how's your life? What you have been through? Mom and dad are okay. Mom and dad is good. Your family is good. There's anything we can help you because we saw that your number is a little bit down, but maybe something is affecting it. What is going on, buddy? We are here to help you. You see that's totally different approaches.
Yeah.
That
is a different approach. But then there's the time that there's an old saying that good help is hard to find sometimes. So let's talk about that as a boss. Like, how many times have you had to fire somebody?
Probably quite often. Not often, but I don't really fire people. This is funny. I always go to them. I said, I want to let you go. Because I believe you can do better, but this is not the right environment for you.
Oh, that's key. I like that.
And then I said, our culture is unique. I don't think you are a match to this, but you will if you do A, B, C, D, which is I'm not going to force you to change because you can't change people.
Yeah.
You have a couple of options to go through this and go to another company and you get fired again, or you can start thinking, oh, shoot, who am I? What I have to do. And I want to just, I basically coach him when I put him out of the door. I said, here you go. I give you the recipe. This is your prescription. I'm not firing you. I'm letting you go because of this and this and this and that. Because they deserve to know. Yeah, you got to give them a feedback. Not everybody are bad.
You can't just pack their boxes and, hey, don't come to work today. That's important that you let people know, you give them feedback, whether they use it or not. Like, they can't look back at you. I mean, maybe one day it'll click. And
I even find a job for some of them in other companies.
Oh man, you go above and beyond.
Yeah, and then and I remember I said, hey, where would you like to work? This is not, just forget about this company.
Yeah.
What would you like to do? And she said, I want to do this. I said, okay. I'll make a couple of phone calls, and some of them, they are still there, happy, and I still have it. Thank you so much for finding me that job. It didn't work for you. I said, yeah. It didn't work for me. That doesn't mean that you cannot be successful anywhere else.
Exactly. So, I mean, obviously, you've been an entrepreneur for quite some time. Let's talk a little bit about family. I mean, how big is your family? What does that consist of? 5 kids?
Oh yeah, I got 3 amazing kids. Nice. The oldest one is 22, and the middle, which is my my daughter, she is 19, and my younger son, he is almost 15.
15. Do you instill entrepreneurship into them, or?
Yeah, one of them actually is unfortunately is working for me, the older one, but he's trying to learn. He's trying to learn, but he's doing great.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a company that I always say is belongs to the people by people, and then if he wants to be part of this company or be one of those people that they can take the baton and go and so be it.
So how were you? I mean, we all both agree that to be an entrepreneur, a lot of times you may have some sleepless nights, some long hours.
Oh yeah.
How did you was it like hard getting the support of your family, or how did that look?
The entrepreneurship, I always tell everybody, entrepreneurship is really hard. It's not that career that everybody wants to be entrepreneur today. I want to work for myself. I got this dream. I got this thing. I want to do it. There's more to it. It's not like that. And then if you don't have a supportive spouse, like everybody saying, I want to quit my job. I said, dude, don't quit your job. You have an idea. You want to be an entrepreneur. You work 8 to 5. You go home at 5. Spend some time with family until 6 with the dogs, kiss the wife. And then from like 7 or 8 to 11, you got about 4 hours, go do your stuff. You can do it. Don't quit. And then if you have a spouse that does not understand what you're going through, your journey, it's going to be very difficult. I am thankful to God that my wife, she's very supportive. During all this time, the COVID and everything, yes, and she's working too. But she was very supportive. The support is very important. They call it a work-life balance. For entrepreneurship, I'm sorry to bring it to you, but there is no work-life balance.
No work-life balance.
You can balance it into certain levels, and you have to take opportunities and all the moments that you have to spend it wisely.
Yeah.
But it's not like that. It's just tough.
You have to build this baby. You have to build it, and the people around you have to understand the sacrifice.
And there's a lot of divorces going on in the entrepreneur's life. Restaurateurs, entrepreneurs, pilots, cops, law enforcement. It's a certain careers that it really
it's tough on the family.
Requires a lot of hard work and understanding.
How did you deal with like people that were closest to you? Sometimes it could be parents, spouses, and I'm sure you've encountered it. We've all had that told you can't do that. You should.
I don't listen usually. One thing that I learned in life, I tell everybody I respect you, but I said, this is what I want to do. Even, I had that discussion with my wife. Of course, I listened to her feedback. I asked her, I said, what do you think about this? We discussed that. We get engaged and we discuss and we talk about the issue. But at the end, is my decision, am I going to do or not? If I do it and I fail, okay, I learned something. But what is the price of that failure? If you have 3 kids and you guys send them to a school, you can't just take those risks and say, hey, I'm going to do this. So what? I'm going to fail. No, it's going to affect your loved ones. Yeah. You cannot do that. You have to really do the calculated risk. And that requires a lot of the hard work and experience.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, and again, I worked my job and then I formulated my plan to escape the job. But to run a business, it takes money. So like unless you have some investors or you have a silver spoon, you have to work to fund your business. And I did 8 hours, like you said, came home, spent time with the family, and the next 4 hours work towards my craft, work towards my business. So to me, if you have to be an employee first or continue your job, you just got to do both. You got to figure it out.
Well, we all did it. We all did it. I did it. You did it. And there's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with it. We all got the same 24 hours in a day. It just depends on how you choose to use yours. So, I mean, looking at it now, like, what do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Like, where are you taking all of this?
The 5 years actually is so important because, I think this is the 5 years that I will shine the most because I'm 56. I said by 60, I'm not looking for the fame or anything. My whole goal in life is to help others to reach the happiness that I feel every day. And that's my goal. I help one person a day, at least. You know, my goal is to build these companies, and actually one of these 2 companies that I want to hand it over to the people, and they have it, and just, you know, and go do the teaching. As a matter of fact, next semester I'm going to teach at a college for entrepreneurship.
Nice.
And then I'm going to do that. That's my, you know, we don't get that much like money for it, which is, you know, all the, you know, teachers and
academia,
but I don't care about that. It's just that it's helping others, helping those kids that they want to go into the workforce or into to different careers or entrepreneurship and all that stuff. They need guidance. I think in the 5 years, everything's going to change in a good way, and, you know, take it to the next level. That's my goal.
That's key. I mean, that you want to give back. Like, it's kind of like your passion of you know, teaching and reaching out and helping others.
Absolutely. That's my passion right there.
Good. Mine's too. And I think that's a lot of people who, as an entrepreneur, you don't necessarily just work for yourself.
Back.
You work for the people.
You got to give back.
And if you look at it based on numbers, I don't know. To me, I feel like obviously you got to have your numbers and your goals. But if your main focus is numbers, rich, millionaire, but if you're like helping these people and that makes you thrive, I think
I have very quick. I just remind your listeners that I have some rules in my life. I have 3 rules. Never chase a friend. Never chase a friend. If a friend wants to be there for you, if he respects you, loves you, he's going to be there. Never chase love. You know, if that person is going to love you, be with you, you never chase love from one this to another one. And you never chase money. You work hard, do the right things. Money will come.
Yeah. I mean,
why you have to chase these 3 things?
If you chase it, you're going to keep chasing it. You may not ever catch it.
Exactly. You're absolutely
chasing
right.
and chasing. That's good, man. I mean, you mentioned about like happiness and teaching others. And every time I see you, you have a smile on your face. Like, are you meditating? Because I know you have to be pissed off sometimes. Do you ever stub your toe and say, fuck? I mean, like,
yeah, I get upset sometimes. To trust me, I'm a normal person. I get upset. But actually, my key really to keep myself calm and, you know, learn and, you know, I motivate myself. Like, I have a driving 20 minutes every day to work and from work. I always listen to books or YouTube or something that will help my brain. Yeah. And I got used to it. I'm doing it for 25 years straight. Wow. Straight. When we had the cassette and I had to play that, I used to do that. Tony Robbins, but I always feed my brain because you are consistent of your environment and what you put in your mind.
Yeah, you start to it starts to become you know, what you feed yourself.
You got to feed your brain. Negative thoughts, get out of there. Negative people, don't hang around with them. This is all this stuff, like a vitamin. You take vitamin to be better.
Yeah.
You know?
Overall, whether it's food, vitamins, medicine, what you ingest is important for your body, your makeup, and your mental health as well.
Yep, so, absolutely.
Good, man. Okay. So we see here that, you know, you have a lot of principles in place, and it's important, I feel like, to have these principles and disciplines and try not to break them for anybody.
Oh, yeah.
You know, did it take time for you to develop yours, or, you know, are you flexible on them?
No, I have I have certain philosophies or rules in life. I don't break them, like, you know, transparency, honesty, and always help other people, do the right thing. I always tell everybody, know yourself, do the right thing. Do the right thing. And sometimes doing the right thing, you think is not the right thing to do.
Right.
But it is. Just do the right thing and you'll be okay. And respect. This is the most important rule that I always say. Respect others as you want to be respected.
Yeah, respect others as you want to be respected.
It doesn't matter who they are, from what country, what nationality, what background. It doesn't matter. You got to respect them and you want to be respected. Life is so simple. People make it so complicated.
How do you deal with the people that don't respect you? I mean, as minorities, both of us, I'm sure there's been plenty of times.
9/11 happened, they called me terrorist.
Wow.
They wrote in my restaurant wall that get out of this country. They told me in my face, you know, but they didn't know. Education is a big part of it. Of course, you know, I didn't get upset or slap him and everything else. But I was thinking that It's not their fault because they're not educated. Like it's still some people, they ask me, are you speaking Arabic? I said, no, we are Persian. We speak Farsi. They don't know. It comes to the education of the people. That
you don't take it personal.
No, I don't take it personal. And I try to educate them. I said, listen, we can read and write Arabic, but the people like in the other part of the country that they speak Arabic, they cannot write or read or speak Persian, like Farsi. And they don't know what they don't know. And it is. And they said, are you Sunni or Shia? All these terrorists, they don't know what they don't know. And you cannot really go there and disrespect them. But what you can do, you can educate them. Yeah. And after you educate them and they're still doing that, you shouldn't have anything to do with them.
Yeah, you just cut ties at that point.
Just cut ties. And, there's so many good people in this world. What do you have to do that?
You can't let people's ignorance fuel anger.
Absolutely.
I feel like if you give people that much control over you, negative control, then you'll never have your life going in the right direction.
Yeah, just think about yourself and what you can do, how you can help others.
Yeah. Hey, I got a date I want to ask you what it means. So December 27th. What is that date?
December 27th is the day that I was born.
Ah, man, that was close. Like that's almost Christmas, baby. Huh?
Yeah. I always get 2 gifts, but that Christmas boy, December 27th. Actually, my son was born on August 27th.
Ah, okay. Do any of your kids born in December period? He's the closest one. Huh?
That's it. There was like that, and my anniversary is 27.
Your marriage anniversary. What month is it? On the 27th of what?
September.
Oh, September. It seems like September is a popular. When I was married, my anniversary was like September, something like that. But I don't know. But that's another story for a different crowd, a different kind of show. Well, hey, man, I mean, it's a pleasure having you on our show, man. I think you dropped a lot of gems to the audience out there. If you have some words of wisdom that you'd like to share with an upcoming entrepreneur or, someone that's just lost, period, or whatever, whoever you feel like speaking to, what would you tell them?
Grab a piece of paper and a pen and write down an answer to these 3 questions. Who are you? What do you want to do? And the most important part is why you want to do it. Regardless of the money, fame, whatever it is, you got to be honest the answer to this question.
Nice.
And then just be vulnerable. And you have to learn as you go. Cut your ties with negative people. Surround yourself with the smarter people than you. It's simple. Put your environment that support your ideas and hang around with the people that they believe what you believe.
I know I said a final statement, but you mentioned something that I want to touch on. Are there exercises or like how does a person figure out who they really are? They look in the mirror. Like, is there like, what does that look like? What did it look like for you?
It's just to be honest with yourself. Honesty. The biggest thing is we're not honest. We even sometimes cheat on ourselves. We lie to ourselves.
Oh, wow.
A lot of people lie to ourselves, Like, I don't like sushi. I really don't. I don't eat sushi. I don't like sushi.
So I can't invite you out to sushi bar.
No. If I go somewhere and my friends, we go to sushi. We went to sushi place in San Diego, the most expensive. And I said, guys, I don't like sushi, but I'm coming with you. And I'm going to eat like whatever they have on that is not like a side. You got to be honest with yourself. The problem that we're not honest with ourselves because we want to tell other people that we are somebody else. You got to be good in your own skin.
You got to be good in your own skin. You don't go get the acting coach if you're not going to be an actor. Just be you, right?
And then everything will come to you.
Yeah.
We make it so complicated and difficult. I don't know why. Life is so simple. Yeah. Simplicity is the key of success.
It's simplicity. I mean, the foundations of life are so simple. If you cut out all this noise and this interruption,
I want to lose weight. Okay, cut the sugar, cut the bread, cut the rice, cut the carbohydrate, and exercise. Simple.
Simple steps.
Drink more water.
Hey, well, people don't know, like, you're sponsoring these mics that we're speaking on right now.
Yeah.
So if they want to find you, or people want to kind of do, anything, do business with you, what's the best way for them to?
The best way is in LinkedIn, and of course, I'm very involved in my Instagram at Talk to Rami. I respond to my own messages and everything else, but I am always here to take calls and help people. If you need guidance, if you need anything, I'm not God, but I can give you 27, 28 years experience to you that you don't make those mistakes. And this is for free. It's nothing that I'm gonna charge you or anything. This is something we all should do.
Yeah.
Help other people. That's what we don't understand. If you, by helping others, you're helping yourself, and you created a better life for yourself.
Man, I like that. And to put it in, quick terms, pay it forward.
Exactly.
Don't be afraid to share. It's enough for everyone. Don't have the lack mentality. Always think abundance. Be kind. And I think know yourself.